Our third speaker is Safura from 7th standard, and she is going to explain Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary.
Assalamu alaikum and a very good evening to all of you. I just want to introduce myself. My name is Safura. I am studying in 7th standard. Recently I have done personality development class at Madrasa Husari al-Banat in Sunnah English Medium School. Today I am going to talk about a famous and most valuable dictionary, that is Oxford. Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary builds your English vocabulary more better than ever before and leads to the way more confident, successful communication in English. Forward. With the Learner's Dictionary of Current English, first published by Oxford University Press in 1948. A.S. Hornby effectively invented the concept of Learner's Dictionary. As a teacher, he realized that what a learner needed from dictionary was quite different. Simple definitions and helpful illustration to aid understanding, but also the information on how to use these language, how to pronounce the words, and how to combine them correctly in the phrases and sentences. Over 70 years later, much has changed in the world, in the language, and English language teaching and English language learners worldwide are continually increasing in their numbers and the diversity of their learning contexts. Traditional classroom is still very strong, but the digital media now also have a significant role to play. This new edition of Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary remains true to that principle Hornby established, that needs to the learner are paramount and have to inform every policy decision and the construction of every entry. At the same time, it takes advantage of technology to offer the print dictionary as well as the alternative modes of accessing the dictionary itself. So my beloved sisters, you should know about nouns and adjectives. Nouns, countable and uncountable. The two biggest groups of nouns are called countable noun and uncountable noun. Most countable nouns are words for separate things that can be counted, like apples, books, or teachers. Uncountable nouns are usually words for things that are thought of as quantity or mass, like water or time. However, there are some nouns in English that you might accept to be as countable, but which are not. For example, furniture, information, equipment are all uncountable nouns in English, but they are countable in some other languages. So, beloved sisters, you should know about countable noun. A countable noun has a singular form and a plural form. When it is singular, it must have a determiner in front of it. In the plural, it can be used with or without determiner. I am having driving lessons this afternoon. I have had several lessons already. Lessons cost ₹25 an hour. Countable nouns are the most common type of noun. If they have only one meaning, or if all the meanings are countable, then they are just marked nouns. For nouns that have a number of meanings, some of which are not countable, each meaning that is countable is marked C. So my beloved sisters, you should know about verbs. Transitive and intransitive. He sighed. She touched her hand. The soup tastes salty. Each of these sentences has a subject, he, she, and the soup, and a verb, sigh, cut, taste. In the first sentence, sigh stands alone because it is used. Verbs like this are called intransitive. In the second sentence, cut is transitive because it is used with an object, her hand. In the third sentence, taste has no object, but it cannot be used with an adjective. An adjective like salty that gives more information about the subject of a verb is called complement. Verbs that takes complement are called linking verbs. So my beloved sisters, you should know about verb course. In the dictionary, grammatical course at the start of its meaning shows you whether a verb is always transitive or always intransitive, or whether it is sometimes transitive or sometimes intransitive. The course shows you in this meaning the change is always intransitive. So this is a brief introduction. I have many points to explain, but due to the short time, I conclude my speech. Thank you so much and have a fantastic day.